I'm Christine. Thanks for joining me today in my sewing room. Today I'm going to do a review of the Jarrah Sweater by Megan Nielsen in her curve range. For the sizing in Megan Nielsen's curve range, it goes from a bust of 40 to 56. The curve range goes from size 14 to 30. And the finished measurement for bust and waist, this is a very boxy fit, is 48 inches up to 63 3/4 of an inch. This is a great pattern. It uses very little fabric. I sewed a size 18, which calls for 1 1/4 yard of fabric that is 60 inches wide and 1/2 yard of ribbing. I made this Jarrah sweatshirt out of inexpensive French terry that I purchased from So English. I want to say it was about $4 a yard, somewhere in that neighborhood. It does have a polyester content. I did a burn test, and that was what I was expecting. They usually note on the fiber content when it is cotton or bamboo or rayon. So I was assuming I was getting a fabric that was mostly polyester, which is fine when you're looking for a cozy garment. And I was doing this as a mock-up, as a test, and did not want to spend a lot of money on it. I'm thinking, since I have leftover fabric of this, of making Martin his dog hoodie in this fabric, so that we can be matching. So let's get into it. For my first version, I don't know what I was thinking. I sewed a straight size 22, which did not match with my measurements, and it was just too large. So I circled back, I traced out a size 18, and I just finished it this morning. When I sewed my first version, I thought the sleeve was too short, and I'm thinking that I was sewing tired and that I was taking too big of a seam allowance. That's the only thing I can figure, because I added the 6 centimeters that I thought I needed to add, and the sleeves were way too long. What I did, I took this as an opportunity to see how I would like the sweater, not with a cuff, but just to fold it under an inch and to do a twin needle stitch to sew it up. And I really like that. So I think to do it over again for the next one, I will cut it out properly without extending it. I do like to have a sleeve come down mid-thumb on a sweatshirt or a sweater when I'm having cozy fabrics. So I like how this turned out, and another opportunity to practice the twin needle stitching. I did want to mention a tip for twin needle sewing that I got from Whitney of Tomcat Stitching, and that is using this project called Sew Keys E. It's a double-sided fusible stay tape, and this is a game changer. You just iron it on to whatever you're going to hem. It's also useful for inserting zippers and other things, but you iron it on, then you peel back the paper, fold it over, and iron. And not only does it give you a nice, easy hem of exactly an inch in this case, but it helps to prevent tunneling when you're using the twin needle. And let me see if I can give you a close-up of this. This is probably not the best stitching example, but I've gotten much better results since I started using this. And again, thank you, Whitney from Tomcat Stitching. Now let me give you a couple of twirls so you can see what the sweater looks like. I used ribbing on the neckline and for the bottom band. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of a gathering here on the band, and that is simply because when I went to cut out my waistband, I was shy by just a smidge on fabric. So I went with what I had, and since I knew that this would be loose and that it wouldn't be a problem, I just went ahead and installed it with a little bit smaller ribbing than what the pattern would have called for. Now I will tell you, when I made the first version and cut it out in the wrong size, I was really wondering if this pattern was for me. Did I even want this? I wasn't sure how I felt about grown-on sleeves, and even last night when I was almost finished with this, I was not too sure how I felt about that. And I thought, well, it'll be good to wear it for a little bit and decide. And I have to say, today I hemmed the sleeves and then added the waistband, and I really do like this. This sweater does live up to all of the hype. So I think there's going to be another one in my future. I don't think I'm going to use the fleece back bamboo jersey that I bought from Blackbird Fabric for a Jarrah. I don't know. I could change my mind on that. I might save that for another project because I really don't wear sweatshirts that often here. It is a little chilly, which was why I decided to plow ahead and cut out and sew a Jarrah. It got down into the upper 40s, and I thought now's my opportunity to make a sweatshirt. But I don't need a ton of these because already it's sunny and warmer out. I was away from my sewing machine for about a week, and I'm glad to get back in the sewing room. I jumped right in to make this sweater, and all I have left on my cuff top is to do the neck binding. So I really should get to that. You can probably hear Martin down here. Well, you want to join us, Martin? Get him. You could probably hear Martin down here. He gets a little nervous when the wind starts picking up and it's a little bit colder outside. So I am either going to finish that neckband, which would be 20 minutes, and I'll have that top. Well, no, I still have to hem and do the elastic. So I'm less than an hour away from having the cuff top finished. Or I could make Martin a hoodie sweatshirt, the Ellie and Mac pattern. So what do you think, Martin? Would you like a sweater? Do you like to be dressed up? No, but I think it'll make you more comfortable. I want to thank everybody who's joined me. All of you who have subscribed. I'm getting closer to 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I'm going to have to think about what to do to celebrate 1,000. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a like and hit the subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this video, I have other videos that I'll link in the end cards that I think you may enjoy. I will also link in the description box below everything and everyone I talk about. Until next time, I hope you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.